My dad had passed away in '98 from stomach cancer. My dad he's just a beautiful soul, and I just felt like I wanted to pick something that meant something to me that I knew would mean a lot to my dad. So I chose children that are going through horrible diseases, and pediatric cancer was obviously one that affected so many children. I'll do whatever a child needs, if it's going to their home, if it's getting on a plane, and if it's getting a vehicle to get them to the theater because they want to see the show. I'm all in. Well, I had heard about Cashel, and I had heard about his condition, which is very rare, and the fact that he's unable to leave his house or his bed blew my mind. So I know he loves magic, so I said, I want you to come see my show. And his mom said, but he can't leave. And I said, it's okay, we'll move his whole bed. We'll get him there. Whatever I have to do, we'll get it done. He's since left his house to do different events. I've seen him in different places. He's come to my show multiple times. There was never even a question in my mind. He had to be able to get out of his home and travel. And whatever I could have done, or whatever I can do today for him, I will always be here because God has blessed me with so much. And, my calling is to do for others, to be a positive force in the world. Johnny Crisstopher, I think I could speak for Shaunyl, is the light. He's the purest form of magic. He is absolutely a ball of energy, an inspiration.
Oh, I just remember the doctor telling me, and then me telling Crisstopher about bloods. She started talking about bloods, and I was like, what are you telling me this for? I don't need to know about bloods. And then she dropped the word leukemia, and I just remember everything kind of spinning, and then we were just thrown into this world that, you can't prepare for. And I remember that day like a nightmare.
It's life-changing. I got the call from Australia from Shaunyl. She told me, and I lost it. Well, I could tell you this, that Shaunyl is amazing. She's the greatest caregiver to Johnny Crisstopher. Okay, John.
This little boy. It was all him. I didn't do anything. He's just so
special.
And we are just so blessed that we had so much support from, our families and Crisstopher especially, and fans. Everyone it's like we'd never felt that there was a reason to be negative, because there was always, a positive vibe around.
Is there somebody at the door? Can you get the door? Yeah, somebody knocking. Yeah. I think somebody's knocking. Who's here? Who's here?
Watch. This way.
Come over this way. Whoa! Shoot his face. Who's that? Who's that? Is that really Ryan? Is that the boy that you watch on with mommy and daddy? Is that really Ryan? Is that amazing?
Ryan is, what got us through the 3 years. We would watch Ryan, and Ryan would keep us going through the hospital stays. And Ryan's a bigger superstar than Daddy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, my dad's Chris Angel, but Ryan.
Granting a wish is so much more powerful than people can understand. As somebody that is the wish granter, I see how it affects people, how it affects these kids. But now I can relate in a way to these children because we're on the other end. And I know what Ryan means to Johnny Crisstopher.
Ready, Johnny? 1, 2, 3.
And it's so important for a child to have something to look forward for. Because let me tell you, as we understand, as Johnny Crisstopher goes into treatment, has to get spinal taps, blood transfusions, you know, chemo, heavy dosages of chemo, it's not something that they look forward for, it's something that is a nightmare for them. So to give them something to look forward for, meeting somebody that they wish to meet, having an experience with their family that they always wanted to have that to look forward for, to get through those treatments, to have light at the end of the tunnel is a beautiful thing.
My favorite part of the day was the Ferris wheel and meeting Johnny and Criss.
Yeah, Johnny Crisstopher loves Ryan, so to have Ryan actually come here and his family into our home and share this experience with Johnny Crisstopher and us is really a beautiful thing, and it could not have happened if it weren't for Make-A-Wish. So we're indebted to Make-A-Wish for making Johnny Crisstopher's wish come true. It's a beautiful thing. Make-A-Wish is, it's real. It's real.
Thank you, Make-A-Wish!